Hey guys, welcome to The Sports Entertainer. We have a ton of major wrestling news to share with you guys today, but before we get started, make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you never miss out on an episode. We start off today's wrestling news with Seth Rollins reacting and responding to CM Punk chants at a recent WWE house show. Now on Saturday, Seth Rollins defended his World Heavyweight title against Shinsuke Nakamura at a house show in Utica, New York, and following Rollins successfully retaining his title against Nakamura. Not surprisingly, CM Punk chants started erupting in the crowd, and Rollins didn't hesitate to respond to these CM Punk chants and not just ignore them, which is what all WWE superstars had to do prior to Punk's surprise return at Survivor Series whenever the chant started. Here's what the visionary Seth Rollins had to say in response to being blasted by CM Punk chants at this recent WWE house show over the weekend. Quote, "Excuse me, who's that? Who's that? Serious question, was that guy on the show here tonight? Yeah, no. Hey, maybe one of these days he'll grow a set and he'll come up here to Utica, New York. And look, he's the best in the world, right? In all seriousness, I'm the freaking best in the world. Because every single town, every single night, no matter the opponent, I show up and I show out. I was here the last time we were in this building." Now the build-up continues for the inevitable Rollins and Punk feud in WWE, and clearly both superstars are going to continue taking shots at each other whenever they get the chance. And for the comment Punk made about Seth Rollins not even being the man in his own household on SmackDown, Seth Rollins actually took it pretty easy or lightly on Punk in his response to the chants at this house show. Nonetheless, we cannot wait for this match, man. It will be legendary. Many wrestling fans were shocked at the release of Dolph Ziggler back in September, because Ziggler is a former world champion and one of the most recognizable names in the company, regardless of his oftentimes lackluster booking. But clearly WWE felt as though Ziggler wasn't a big loss to the brand, which is definitely unfortunate because lots of fans were still holding out hope that somehow, someway WWE were going to give Ziggler his big moment or opportunity. Now a lot of people feel as though Dolph Ziggler will eventually end up in All Elite Wrestling at some point, which is where many ex-WWE superstars end up going after getting released, but for the immediate future, Dolph's future in wrestling has been revealed. It was announced the other night that Dolph Ziggler will be returning to the ring under his real name of Nick Nemeth at the World Wrestling Council event on January 6th in Puerto Rico, and Ziggler is set to face off against Puerto Rican legend Ray Gonzalez. Here's what Lucha Libre Online reported on this upcoming return of Dolph Ziggler, quote, "The two-time World Heavyweight Champion in WWE, the most wanted man, Nick Nemeth, will have his first fight in Puerto Rico. His selected opponent, the greatest of all time in Puerto Rico, Ray Gonzalez. Will Mr. Rating accept the challenge? WWC presents Three Kings Day on Saturday, January 6th at 6 p.m. at the Mayaguez Sports and Recreation Palace. Euphoria on Saturday, January 20th, 2024 at Pipin Chestero in Bayamon. Tickets are on sale at Rating Mini Market at the Beau Mameyal in Dorado. If you buy your ticket at Rating Mini Market, you get a photo with Ray Gonzalez." Now this is certainly just the beginning for Dolph's wrestling return, and at some point in 2024 we will likely see the show-off join a major company outside of WWE like All Elite Wrestling. Now on Friday Night SmackDown this past week, many fans were very concerned that Charlotte Flair may have injured herself during her match against Asuka, and all we knew at the time that there was a spot where both Charlotte and Asuka fell off the top rope awkwardly, and Flair was then favoring her left leg and knee afterwards, and was actually helped out of the ring by WWE officials after showing that she was in pain to referee Charles Robinson. We still don't know exactly what kind of an injury Charlotte Flair is dealing with at the moment, but Mike Johnson of PW Insider has confirmed that some in WWE are, quote, extremely concerned that Flair's knee issue could be serious. After SmackDown, Charlotte Flair was supposed to appear at some house shows over the weekend, but Charlotte was pulled from the events by WWE because of this likely injury. Now just by the sounds of it, Charlotte Flair's knee injury is worse than we originally anticipated, and Flair's immediate future in WWE is now clearly in jeopardy, which is truly unfortunate as we're so close to the build-up to WrestleMania 40, and if Charlotte's knee injury is as bad as it sort of seems like it could be, judging by some within WWE being extremely concerned, Flair could be out of action for months. However, let's remain optimistic here, and hope that Flair won't have to miss any significant amount of time from WWE, and we will keep you guys updated on the Charlotte Flair sad injury situation as more details emerge. Now, could it be the beginning of the end for Dominik Mysterio in the Judgment Day faction? Well, at the very least, Dominik Mysterio is very upset after losing his NXT North American Championship to Dragon Lee at the NXT Deadline event on Saturday, and the Judgment Day were nowhere to be seen or heard from at the show. Dominik Mysterio was all on his own against Dragon Lee, and it definitely didn't go Dom's way, and after losing the title, Dominik Mysterio was interviewed backstage and wasn't happy whatsoever. Here's what Dirty Dom had to say, quote, "You all saw what happened to me out there. I am the greatest NXT North American champion that's ever been. Dragon Lee, my deadbeat dad, where's Judgment Day? Where's Finn? Where's Damian? JD, Mommy? I'm gonna go home to Mommy because Judgment Day runs all, and this shouldn't be happening." Now, Rhea Ripley, arguably the leader of Judgment Day, took to social media after Dominik's unsuccessful title defense against Dragon Lee and said this on X, quote, "You're always a winner in my eyes, Dominik Mysterio," with a broken heart emoji. Now, not surprisingly, many fans are now saying this like, Dominik will be betrayed by the Judgment Day, Dom is gonna get betrayed by the Judgment Day, with one fan saying this, quote, "I think it's time for Dirty Dom to become a babyface. Maybe now he understands that Judgment Day was just playing with him. Now we will just have to wait and see how the Judgment Day react to Dominik's title loss at the NXT Deadline show, and if they plan to betray him or kick him out of the group, or if Rhea Ripley's sentiments on social media hold true that Dominik's always a winner in her eyes." Now, CM Punk's and Randy Orton's returns at Survivor Series have added new excitement to WWE, and both Orton and Punk have made it clear that they could be going after the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns on SmackDown, with Randy Orton basically getting the next crack at Roman's title, and CM Punk teased fans that he could sign with SmackDown and go after Roman Reigns, but fast-rising superstar LA Knight has essentially told CM Punk and Randy Orton to get in line when it comes to getting a shot at Roman Reigns. At a recent WWE Live event over the weekend, LA Knight addressed fans that the likes of Randy Orton and CM Punk will have to wait before getting the chance to square off against Roman Reigns, because he still has unfinished business to take care of with the head of the table. Here's what LA Knight had to say on the matter, quote, "First and foremost, I come out here looking for the bloodline. I get blindsided, I get beaten up, and who comes out here but KO? We are not great friends or anything, but we do have a common enemy, and for that I will say thank you. You talk about common enemies and all of a sudden up shows CM Punk, and then up shows Randy Orton. All I hear is everybody gunning for Roman Reigns. Here's how it goes down. If Roman Reigns finds enough tingle in his loins to actually show up, he's got a lot of people looking for him. But guess what, boys? CM Punk, Randy Orton, everybody else, you've got to get in line because I ain't asking you, I'm telling you whose game this is." Now again, it's looking as though Randy Orton is next in line for Roman's title, so LA Knight's words may not hold up that Orton will have to wait in line, but as far as CM Punk is concerned, he's pretty much a non-factor at the moment and someone who LA Knight doesn't need to worry about, because it's looking as though Punk may make the choice to join Raw and set his sights on the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins. Regardless, let's hope that LA Knight doesn't get lost in the shuffle on SmackDown now that the Viper's back, because he's still incredibly over and deserves some spotlight and shine as well. Perhaps Knight will soon be setting his sights on Logan Paul's United States Championship. Well guys, that's it for today's major wrestling news. Make sure you leave a like and comment, and also make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on so you'll never miss out on an episode. Finally, if you haven't already, give us a follow on Twitter at TSE Wrestling, and we will see you guys in the next video.